Hi, I'm Helen with Floating Yoga School. This is a slightly more challenging version of the Hard Things Flow. So you can think of it as Hard Things Flow Part 2 or Harder Things. And this one and the class that I filmed before are inspired by my favorite podcast, We Can Do Hard Things with Glennon Doyle. And so when I finished filming that first class with Sam, at the end I was like, man, there's so much more I wanted to include. And one of the hard things for me is doing less in my practice. So I wanted to keep that class as its own, as a standalone, and then film another version with all those extra things I wanted to include. So this builds upon the last class, but you can totally take it on its own, or you can do the two together or in sequence and see how they feel for you. We'll start in a child's pose today. So as you come into your space, let yourself get really comfortable. Knees can be wide or together. Big toes touch. Let your forehead rest. And really take the time to settle in here. So often it's easier to rush through the beginnings, the endings, the spaces in between. But if we can practice slowing down, challenging ourselves to feel a little bit more, to be a little bit more present, maybe we can notice something new. Let your breath get deeper and longer. And imagine sending it into the back of your body. Feel your shoulders, middle back, and low back expand with each breath in, and release some tension with each breath out. We'll have moments of flow and some moments of slow. Notice what's hard for you. As you next inhale, come to a tabletop, hands and knees. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, fingers spread wide, hips right above your knees. Inhale to a cow pose. Lift your tailbone, drop your belly, heart reaches forward, look up. Exhale to cat, press, round, scoop. And flow with your breath. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more round on your own. Come back to neutral, breathe in. As you exhale, knees together to touch. Extend your right leg straight back, your left arm out in front. Breathe in here. Elbow to knee, exhale. Think of that cat shape. Inhale, extend. Exhale, use the strength of your core to draw it in. Once more, breathe in. And breathe out. Come back to extension. Release just your hand, cross your foot over to the left, and peek over your left shoulder. Full deep breaths into your right side. One more round. And then back to center. And just pause. Oftentimes, at least for me, our tendency is to wiggle, to kind of fidget, to move, to readjust something. Can you do the hard thing of just being still? And I'll do the hard thing of just being silent. Other side, knees together to touch. This time, left leg back and right arm forward. Breathe in here. Elbow to knee, exhale. 2 more times, find your flow. Come back to extension. Release just your hand, cross your foot over to the right this time and peek over your right shoulder. Release back to center, to that neutral tabletop, a full breath in and out to pause. Find stillness. Downward facing dog. Adjust as you need to get there, and give yourself the permission here to move around, to explore the shape, the length through your body, the space you can create. And notice how you're feeling right now. Bend your knees, breathe in, look to your hands. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your space, forward fold. Lift halfway, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, rise, arms sweep high. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Inhale, reach overhead. Bend your left elbow with your right hand. Find your left elbow or tricep and lean up and over to your right. You can peek up kind of toward your left tricep to the ceiling. Breathe. Back to center, inhale. Switch, left hand finds your right elbow, lean to your left. Maybe you look over under your right tricep here. Take it back to center, breathe in, look up. Hands high, forward fold, exhale. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, hands down, step your right foot back. Sink your hips, reach your heart forward, breathe in. Exhale to a modified pyramid, hips high, left leg towards straight, relax your head and neck. Doesn't have to be totally straight. Repeat that twice more. Inhale to bend, finding a flow. Exhale to lift, relax your head and neck. Last time, and really let yourself be in the flow. Not overthinking, not worrying about how it should look or it does look. Rebend, plant your palms, step it back. High plank, upper push-up, hold here. Next, inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga, just halfway down. Elbows kiss your ribs. Inhale, right back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. One more, breathe in. And breathe out, hold. Inhale to up dog. Tops of your feet on the ground, thighs lifted. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Open your mouth, let it go. Again, inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or hop, forward fold. Lift halfway. Forward fold, release. Back to standing, arms high. Palms together in front of your heart. Breathe it out. Inhale, arms to the sky. This time, left hand finds your right elbow or tricep. Lean to your left to start. Back to center, hands up. Switch your grip, switch your sides. Exhale to your right. Inhale, lift, lengthen, reach. Exhale, dive forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Hands down, left foot steps back. Sink your hips, inhale. Exhale, lift your hips, relax your head and neck. Twice more, breathe in. Breathe out. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Return to that deep bend, plant your palms, breathe in, use your exhale to step back, hold your high plank. Breathe here. Many of us think the flow is harder. Others of us think the holds are harder. And for a lot of people, it's the slowing down and doing less that's harder. So pick your hard. Notice what's true today. It might be different than other days. Breathe in, shift forward. Breathe out, chaturanga, halfway down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Whatever breath you need, whatever movement you need, find it, take it. Bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, travel top of your space. Lift halfway, lengthen. Forward fold, release. All the way up, reach high. Palms together in front of your heart. Exhale. We'll inhale to a chair pose. Find some depth here. And then exhale, eagle arms, right arm below your left. You can hold opposite shoulders if that's more accessible or better for you today. You can press your palms together. Right leg up and over for that full eagle legs. Toes tap down, they wrap behind, whatever works. So remember that hard does not always mean the most challenging option or the most advanced option, whatever that means in yoga. It may mean what's best for you or what's your favorite thing right now, despite what you think others are asking of you. Breathe in. We'll take a little standing crunch as you exhale, elbows to knees. Inhale, lift, and exhale, standing crunch. One more time, breathe in, and breathe out. Unwind one-legged Tadasana, inhale. To your warrior three, try it with your arms wide as you exhale. Take a breath in here like you're gathering up energy, and then exhale, hands to heart. Bend your left knee, hug your right knee to your left calf, little curtsy squat. Twice more, breathe in, reach. Breathe out, hug it in. Last one, inhale, and exhale. Come back to extension. Step back, find a low lunge, center yourself, and then lift your hips for a pyramid. And this might be that more modified pyramid we flowed with, or you might step your right foot in a little bit more. You can stay. You can always have a bend in your left knee. If you want to challenge it, you can wrap your hands around toward the back of your right knee. Wherever you are, breathe. Notice. And accept what's hard. And what hard do you want to tackle today? Release your hands if they're lifted. Re-bend into your left knee. Plant your right palm. Take a twist. This time, stay, or while we're here, stay. We've taken this in the first flow, not yet here. Or you can take a horizon lunge. Come to the outer edges of your feet. Drop your right hip and lift your left leg back. Left arm back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. And exhale, release it back down. Step back. We're going to come to a forearm plank on your right arm. Forearm side plank, I should say. Stack your feet. Lift your left arm. So apparently words are hard for me today, and that's okay. Breathe in. Exhale, left arm toward right ribs. Twice more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round, hug. Last time, breathe in. And breathe out. Now to your forearm plank, both forearms down. Stay here, drop to a sphinx, or begin to walk your feet in for your dolphin pose. Whatever you choose, use your breath to stay present. Try not to judge it for yourself. Try not to give it a level or a good or bad label. Simply say, this is what I'm choosing to do right now, and enjoy it. Child's pose to rest, knees down, arms in front or wrapped behind you. As you're ready, downward facing dog. No rush ever. Whatever breath you like to reset. Bend your knees, breathe in, look forward. Exhale, find your way into your forward folds. Lift halfway, breathe in. Folds, release. Stand up, reach high, big inhale, gather up some energy. Exhale, hands to heart. So we've got a second side. Adjust as you like before we move there. Inhale to chair, and we'll take some breaths just to stay and feel the chair to start. This is a shape that is challenging for a lot of us. Maybe it brings up stuff. Maybe it's physically uncomfortable. So know the difference between being a martyr and doing the hard things that don't work for you or aren't for you versus giving yourself a little tapas or discipline, fire. Getting through those hard things. Eagle arms, left arm below this time. Eagle legs, left leg above. Breathe in. Elbow to knee, breathe out. Inhale to lift. Exhale, round. Once more, breathe in and breathe it out. And let's just hold this eagle in some stillness. Feel how it's different after moving. Notice what you notice. And steady your gaze, your drishti, to keep your balance. As you next inhale, one-legged Tadasana, reach high with your arms, lift your knee. Exhale, warrior three, take your arms out wide. Breathe in here. Little curtsy squat, hands to heart, breathe out, get small. Inhale, expand. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, reach it out. One more. Extend, and then hands down, big step back. A moment in a lunge just to feel, and then your version of a pyramid pose. And so many of us who have been practicing physical yoga, the asanas, for a while, have this idea of a hierarchy, or what we're supposed to be able to do, or how things are supposed to look. Maybe you find that balance, hands to your back leg. I challenge you as your hard thing to let go of that. To do less and be more. One more breath. Release your hands. Right knee bends, plant your left palm, reach your right arm to the sky. Twist, stay, or horizon lunge. Toes turn, come to the outer edges of your feet. Drop your left hip, right arm reaches back. Slowly release back to center. Plant your palms, step back to plank, and then your side plank on your left forearm. Set yourself up, Vashisthasana, forearm down. Hang out or inhale, and then exhale, a little hug. Just creating a sense of instability, breathe in to practice that grace, that breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale to your forearm plank. Same options to stay. Take your hips high for dolphin. Drop your hips for sphinx. Maybe there's somewhere else you'd like to take this. And then child's pose. As you feel ready for a little breath, a little rest. And these resting shapes are so important to us to gain the energy reset before we do more hard stuff. So please be sure to take them, whether it's here or in other areas. Back to down dog when you're ready to be there. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step your feet out wide or hop your feet out wide to a malasana squat. Hips low, hands to heart. Lengthen your spine. Breathe, stay, or take it to a crow pose, maybe crow toward crane with your elbows working towards straight. I'm not quite there, and that's okay. Lift your hips, hug your elbows and make a little shelf. Climb your elbows, your knees really high onto your triceps, elbows. Look forward. You can float your feet. Maybe you start to straighten out your arms, really puff up through your upper back. Maybe not. None of this makes you good or bad, beginner or advanced. It's all about your approach, your breath, your presence. And then ragdoll, forward folds to release. Feet wide, hands to opposite elbows, sway side to side. Let all of that go. Heel toe your feet in toward each other. Soften your knees, drop your hips, roll to standing so your head is the very last thing to come up. Shrug your shoulders up, back, and down. There's always a little adjustment needed for me. And then palms together in front of your heart. Come back to what's easy. whatever that means for you. Instead of focusing on the hard stuff, can you focus on the simple stuff, the intuitive stuff, the things you love? Next, inhale, chair pose. We'll exhale to figure 4, hands to heart, right ankle over your left thigh. Really send your hips back. You can stay, or you can start to twist toward your left. And I'm not super warm enough to get here, but you might be able to take your elbow to the sole of your foot. Be kind, gentle to your body. If you twisted back to center, one-legged Tadasana, breathe in. Warrior 3 with your arms forward as you breathe out. Take an inhale, reach. Standing splits, exhale, hands down, leg high. Option to stay, option to hold hands to ankle, or even take some little handstand hops. Lean forward, right leg up, maybe your left leg hovers or kicks up too. And then as you're ready to release, tuck your right knee behind your left heel, sit all the way down. It's okay if it's awkward. Left knee is lifted, right foot is by your left hip. Left hand behind you. Inhale, reach your right arm high. Use your exhale to hook your elbow or hug your knee and then twist. Slowly unwind a counter twist in the opposite direction, tall spine, or even a fold forward if that feels good. And then lift it back up. We're going to bring hands forward, weight into your left foot, back to your standing splits. Adjust as you need on your mat. Breathe in. Big step back as you breathe out. Inhale, sink your hips. Exhale, find your pyramid pose. And feel free to stay or take this into a revolved triangle. What helps me is to take my left thumb to my left hip crease, gently pull it back. Hand to my sacrum to find a flat back. And then I slowly peel open my shoulder, maybe stay, maybe left arm to the sky. And whoa, I really feel that. So I'm just gonna breathe, not go any further. Just slowly make my way into what feels right today. One more breath. Release your hand down if it's lifted. Rebend your left knee, slide your right foot back, drop your right knee. Half splits, or maybe you work into a full splits or in that direction. Left leg forward, right leg back. And find space and length, and of course, lots of grace for yourself. And I'm not using them today, but a big part of doing shapes that are maybe more challenging is using the supportive props. So if you have blocks or a bolster that you can slide under your front thigh or below your hands, that can help lift your chest. And instead of thinking of them like crutches, really use the props to your advantage as your support system. Just like you rely on your friends, your families, your therapists, the people in your community. Slide back out. We'll take this to three-legged dog. Bend your left knee, reach your left leg up and back. Open up your hip, move it around, wiggle, or flip for wild thing. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. A transition if you like it through your vinyasa, a child's pose if it's calling your name. Never, ever feel bad for that. And a chance to simply notice and reset once more. Bend your knees, breathe in, look to your hands. Exhale, step or hop top of your mat. Lift halfway, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise and reach. Exhale, hands to your heart. Second side, then we'll slow things down. Inhale to sit low. Exhale, figure four, left ankle crosses over your right thigh. Stay as you are, or begin to twist gently to your right. You might be able to take your elbow toward your sole of your foot. For me, that's not going to happen today. Back to center if you twisted. One-legged Tadasana, inhale. Warrior three, arms forward as you exhale. Breathe in, reach, extend. Exhale, standing splits. Stay, balance, or if you played on the last side, maybe you play with me some handstand hops. Shift forward, one leg up. When you've had enough, left foot steps to the back of your mat. Bend your right knee, sink your hips, breathe in. Pyramid pose as you breathe out. And please always remember that you can stay. Or if you want to take it to revolve triangle, left hand down, right thumb to your hip crease, pull it back. Keep your hips as even as you can, low back flat. Peel open your shoulder first, maybe your arm. My neck's always a little funky on one side. So I'm not going to worry about twisting my head all the way up. Breathe and feel. One more breath in. Exhale, release. And I forgot something, so we're going to come back to that standing splits. Breathe in. Tuck your left knee behind your right calf and sit all the way down. So maybe your twist didn't feel as deep because we forgot this one. That's okay. Right hand behind you, left arm up, breathe in. And exhale, twist. And sometimes the hard thing is forgiving ourselves for making mistakes. If you haven't noticed, it happens a lot for me. I've learned to laugh about it, to come back and fix it, to apologize if I truly hurt somebody, and then to let it go. So maybe that's your hard thing today. When you're ready, unwind back to your standing splits, weight into your hands, recenter your right foot, left leg up. We'll step all the way back. Drop your left knee. Time to move into that half splits or full splits. And find some space and length. Breathe. Each side is different. Each experience is different. Each of us is so different. It's really easy to get caught up in comparison or to judge ourselves against others. Maybe your hard thing is to just use yourself as your own baseline. To decide what feels like you, what doesn't. What feels best, what doesn't. Slowly come out. Bend your right knee. We're going to take it to three-legged dog. Right leg up and back. Breathe in. Open up your hip. Bend your knee. Stay or flip for wild thing. Whatever other movement you like, always you have permission. You have the space. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Bend your knees, breathe in, look forward. Step or hop back to your squat, Malasana. Hands to heart, lift your chest, and then slowly lower down to a seat. Extend your right leg, so your left knee is out to the side for a head to knee shape. Inhale, reach your arms high, and exhale, hinge or fold or round over your extended leg. And your choice here is to stay kind of more belly over thigh, or to take this into a side bend, right arm, forearm, hand, wherever, inside your leg, left arm up and over. We're going to be here for a little bit, so if it feels nice to drape an arm, to kind of prop yourself up, please do that. Let's take 2 more rounds of breath. Counter stretch. Left hand behind you, right arm to the sky. You can stay low, or mild thing, lift your hips. Take it up and back, and then lower down. swap out your legs. Left leg long, right knee out to the side. Sit up tall, breathe in. Hinge forward over your leg as you breathe out. Stay here, or left hand, forearm, arm inside. Take it into that more twisted version. And give yourself permission to feel it. I say that a lot because I really want you to. I'm really trying to allow myself to. Two more full deep breaths. If you'd like more time, stay. Gently release. Counter stretch, right hand behind you, left arm high. Lift, lengthen, extend, and then lower down. Adjust on your mat, however you would like, and come all the way down onto your back. Take a moment here just to pause in stillness. We'll take a few longer holds, yin type stretches, shapes. And if that's hard for you, and you feel like turning this off or just going into the next thing, maybe you encourage yourself to try one or two. You don't have to do everything. To take a long Savasana. To just be still and do less instead of always doing more. Before we get there, bend your knees, place your feet on the ground. Cross your right thigh over your left, kind of like you're going to take eagle legs, but then hug your knees into your chest. And you can hang out or find the outer edges of your feet or ankles if they're accessible. Draw them toward the ground. I think of pulling them to my shoulders as you lengthen your tailbone down. So your back, your butt is still relatively grounded. Slowly unwind. Take that same thing to the other side, left thigh up and over. Knees hug to chest. You can stay like this or find ankles or outer edges of your feet. Pull it in. And slowly release. Extend your legs, reach your arms above your head. We'll take a banana shape. Hands and feet both move to your right, kind of like that side bend we took at the beginning. I like right hand reaching for my right wrist and left ankle on top. If that works for you, you can join me or take something else. Stay here if you'd like some more time, or slowly pass through center. A little mini reset. And then up and over to the other side. Hands and feet to your left. Again, choose if you like your ankle crossed or to reach with your hand. You don't have to find the furthest stretch or the most sensation. It's simply where your challenge point is. If that's backing off today, doing more today, thinking less today. As things feel even, back to center. Again, a little pause. And we'll end with a spinal twist to both sides. Knees to chest. Maybe a rock side to side, massage your sacrum, and let your legs fall in one direction. Head can turn the opposite way. It's normal to want to leave, to want to adjust, to escape the stillness, the thoughts. Can you do the hard thing of just being? And soon that will become the easy thing, the best thing. And then back through center. Whatever reset, movement, release you like between sides, take it. And then work your way in the opposite direction. As your sides feel about even, return to center. Allow your body more so than your mind to tell you where it wants to go next. Find all those last poses and adjustments. And eventually settle yourself in for final rest, whatever shape feels supportive. As always, you can stay here as long as you'd like. Continue to just be. Or if you feel ready to move on with your day, join me in a little bit of movement, fingers, toes, wrists and ankles. A full body stretch. And a gentle rise to a comfortable seat, eyes soft or closed. A moment to pause, reflect, acknowledge. Whatever happened or didn't happen, you are still 100% you, perfectly whole, capable, loved, and supported. You can do hard things, and you can also do easy things, and you have the power to make the choice. Palms together in front of your heart. I thank you so much for joining me, for practicing next to me, with me. We'll bow our heads in silence to seal in this practice and to honor those who have come before us and who will come after us. Have a wonderful day. I hope to see you soon.